Hi, welcome to another travel video from Gary Rose Travels. Please hit like and subscribe for more videos, and also you can now find the link to Gary Rose Travels on the bottom of this video description. So thank you very much for checking out our YouTube channel, and this video is part one of my series called What to Wear in India, and in this video I'm going to be talking all about cultural differences in India and what impact that has on what it is you take, and also seasonal travel in India, what you will need for the different seasons that you will be travelling in. So first of all, cultural differences in India. Now this is a hot topic when it comes to Indian travel, because there are many things that are very different about Indian culture, and it can be quite confusing and quite intimidating for Westerners when they rock up in India. They don't know what's appropriate, what is appropriate, what can they get away with wearing, what they absolutely cannot wear. So basically I'm just going to give you a quick breakdown of what is appropriate and what is not. So when you first get to India, whether you're a man or a woman, you will see that the majority of Indian women tend to wear saris, and the majority of Indian men tend to wear a shirt of some description, usually a short-sleeved button-up shirt, and they pretty much always wear tailored trousers. Sometimes men will wear jeans, but normally they wear tailored trousers. Things like shorts, cut-off shorts, short skirts, even knee-length skirts, shorts on women, tops which show their shoulders, vest tops, sleeveless tops, things like that are not really appropriate. And if you arrive north of Mumbai, then chances are most women, probably 80% of women you see, will be wearing a sari of some sort when you arrive. Now, whether this is a traditional sari, whether it is a salwar kameez, which is the trousers and the long tunic, whether it's a long skirt, a choli top and the scarf, there's lots of different variants, but most women wear a sari. Sometimes they mix it up a bit and they'll wear like a skinny jeans with the salwar kameez top. But 9 times out of 10 it's a sari pretty much. So what I'm trying to say is Indian women tend to dress quite traditionally and also respectfully. Now, although they may have their midriff on show, it's not appropriate for Westerners to do this, which is something you will learn. It's only appropriate for Indian ladies to do this. Also, you'll notice that the saris, they always cover the ladies' ankles as well. They always come all the way to the floor. So again, it's not appropriate for other women to kind of rock up and wear something that is above the ankle. So basically you need to make sure that you're dressed respectfully. Now most of these apply kind of north of Mumbai, because in the south they are a little bit more liberal, a little bit more relaxed, and also their attitudes are changing slightly. Sometimes you'll see women in skinny jeans and a top, or jeans and a shirt, or you know, something which isn't as traditional, but it's still quite respectful. So again, even if you are in the south, you should still be considerate. It's not like a free pass just because you're in the south of India. So yeah, what I'm trying to say is women always dress respectfully. They always are turned out very very beautifully. Indian women are always very colourful. Those have their hair is always impeccable. So first appearance and how you present yourself is very important in Indian society. The same with the men. You'll never see Indian men without a comb in their pocket. Their hair is always very neat. Their moustache, if they have moustache, it's always combed and trimmed. They're always very well groomed and presented. Their shirts are always pressed. They're always clean and tidy, no matter how wealthy they are, whether they're from a high caste or a low caste. They're always turned out very respectfully. They're always, you know, clean and tidy at all times, basically, is what I'm trying to say. And this is this is something that you kind of have to remember that they adhere to, and if you were to rock up in cut-off jeans and a vest top and walk around barefoot, as I've seen many backpackers do, don't be surprised when they don't let you into their shops or businesses, or look kind of disgusted at you, because it's just not something that they would ever do. And again, men, it's not appropriate for you to walk around topless. This is something that Indian men absolutely would never do, even though it may be really hot or sticky. They just would never do it, because it's not a sign of being respectfully dressed. So another thing is you shouldn't really do that. Now, sadly, it doesn't really matter where you are in India. At some point, if you're a woman, you will be harassed slightly. I'm going to say you will be. Now, some people may disagree. They say, oh, well, I've never faced any kind of harassment in India. But you will. People will stare at you. People may make comments. People may make you feel uncomfortable. They may not mean to. They may not realise the impact it's having. But at some point, you will face some kind of negative behaviour. So really, what you should do is not encourage it by not wearing tight-fitting clothing, not wearing low-cut tops, not wearing vest tops. Just try and dress respectfully. It may be very frustrating, because in the West we can wear whatever we like, and we've got that freedom, and that's absolutely fantastic. We don't have to be completely covered up. But in India, it's a much more conservative society, and if you want to be treated with respect and you want to be you know, the bigger person, just make sure that you're dressed respectfully, because then they have absolutely nothing to stare at, basically. Now, I know it's frustrating, and you may get very angry, and you may think, well, I can wear exactly what I want. My advice is always be respectful. So the good news is that this doesn't apply, as I said, to all areas of India, and I will be giving you some information as to where you can, where you can wear your shorts, where you can wear bikinis, where you can wear short skirts later in this video series. So it's not all bad news, it's just about picking your battles, basically. So what to wear during the winter months. Now, in the winter in India, you may be surprised that it can get really cold, especially in the north and the northwest, because it's mostly desert, so there's no heat being retained there. So if you're going to travel in the winter months in the north and northwest, make sure you've got hat, scarf, coat, especially if you're heading out into into the desert. Make sure you've got these items, because it will be really cold. You might also need a jumper of some sort. If you're in the south, you might get the odd cold morning or cold evening, but generally a jumper should be fine. If you're doing safaris and things, then you definitely will need something warm for the morning safaris. And again, if you're in the south, make sure you take something warm, because it will be really cold, especially if you do jeep safari. The wind chill can be quite cold. In the south, you'll still need something warm, but probably not the hat and coat and things. If you're travelling in the monsoon, which is late May to late August, your kit is going to get mouldy pretty quickly, and you yourself are going to get mouldy very quickly. So the trick here is to try and keep it as dry as possible, which is not always easy. But what I would suggest taking is a very thin waterproof outer layer. We carry coats which you can remove the inside, so then we have the thin waterproof outer layer. Now, you may not feel like putting it on because it might be quite sticky and quite warm outside, but if you do get caught in the monsoon, or if you have to move around in the monsoon, or you're out sightseeing and you get caught in the heavy rain, just slip it on over your regular clothes, and it'll help keep obviously yourself dry, but also your belongings, your day pack as well, if you find yourself caught out in it. I know it's not trendy and I know it's not fashionable, but they are quite useful to have, and just make sure it's something that can be rolled up really small, so you're not carrying something big around with you. That's the best advice, really. Also, make sure that you've got another pair of shoes to change into. What we tend to do is, we don't travel with many pairs of shoes, as you will find out later in these videos, But what I do in the monsoon is always make sure I've got a pair of something, usually some flip-flop or some sandal or something to put on. So when we have been caught out in the rain and our shoes are soaked, at least we can get them under the fan when we get back to the guest house and get them drying out, because if you're constantly wearing damp, wet shoes, you're going to get a fungal infection. And also sometimes if your shoes are wet and then you go out again in the evening for something to eat, you don't want to be walking around in wet shoes. So just take something else just to put on. So in the summertime, the trick here is natural fibres and loose fitting fibres. Think about cotton fibres, because you're going to get absolutely, if you're travelling in the real heat of the summertime, it's going to be absolutely unbearable in some parts. So you want loose fitting shirts. You can buy some really great loose fitting trousers in India. A lot of tourists who are short stay visitors tend to take white linen with them. This is fine if you want to do this. I mean, it'll get absolutely trashed in India. We don't do that because it just gets trashed on due to our style of backpacking. But if you're only in India for a few weeks, then yeah, you could do this. But we always make sure it's loose fitting. Also, we take plenty of scarves with us, thin cotton scarves we buy in India, and these are absolutely brilliant because you can sweat through them, but also you can use them to keep the sun off your scalp. I sometimes wear it as I wrap it around my head, wear it as a hat. I also wear it loosely over me. I'll show you later in my videos. Also, as I said about natural fibres, you can get things like bamboo silk, which is really useful. You can get bamboo, it's like cotton, feels like cotton, but it's made of bamboo. You can also get banana silk. That's it. Banana silk is another alternative to, it's another natural fibre, another alternative to regular silk. You can buy all these products in India, and they're natural fibres, so they are breathable. Okay, so one final point on seasonal travel. When you travel in the summertime, all the sweat evaporates off your skin really quickly, so you're left with like a salty residue in a matter of minutes when you go outside. So whatever you do decide to wear, it needs to be quite soft. So think of things, not leggings basically, not anything that's tight, and even if your trousers are loose fitting, even if they're those like travel style trousers with the pockets like I sometimes wear, the seams can rub. So you want something which is as soft as possible, because the salt left behind on your skin feels really horrible. Okay, so this has been a quick video on cultural differences in seasonal travel. Please join me next time when I'll be giving you a few examples of what it is we pack. I shall see you next time.